السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to our free session as the final revision before December trial inshallah. Let's answer the questions quickly because I don't want to delay you. And have a look. I'll ask you to have a look at the each question, and if you know the answer or if you want to participate or to read the question, definitely you're most welcome. Just raise your hand and I can pick you. Okay? We have definitely, inshallah, we have like different types of questions as usual. In every trial, you have different types of questions and different levels of difficulty. We usually start with, or any module starts with the vocabulary in context questions. And you will be offered like from 3 to 5 questions. Sometimes you're offered the vocabulary questions, 4 vocabulary questions, 5 vocabulary questions in each module. And of course, their level of difficulty varies, as I said. So I can see that volunteers started to raise their hands. So let's go for Sarah. Go ahead, ya
Yes, miss.
Sarah. How
Yes,
are
miss.
you, dear?
I'm fine.
Type. Kindly start reading the text, please.
The fact that publications by University of Minnesota economist Ellen R. McGrattan, who studies financial policy, are so frequently cited in other scholars' work, dash the usefulness of her research for her peers. Other economists clearly find her studies valuable for their own scholarship. Um, I think it's Forstall's.
Forestalls. You think it's letter A? Okay. Let me ask you a few questions. Sarah, are you still with us? Please don't mute your mic as long as you are answering. So you have to keep your mic unmuted, okay?
Okay.
طيب, here, first of all, here the tone is positive, right?
Yeah.
Usefulness, they, find her studies valuable, so the tone is positive, or the connotation here is a positive one. Okay?
Yeah.
So definitely we need a positive a word that matches the tone or the connotations or the connotation of the text. Forestalls, do you know the meaning of forestalls?
No, actually.
It means prevents something from happening. So it's obviously negative. Is it clear? Or at
Yeah.
least if we use it here, it's gonna be negative,
Oh,
right?
yeah. This is not correct.
So,
C or D, I think they're also negative, so I think it's B.
okay. To your surprise, belies means contradicts.
Oh,
Okay, please write down, Yasara, these words. If you're not familiar with them, you have to write them down because you might be seeing any of them tomorrow, inshallah. So contradicts, belies means contradicts or opposes. Okay.
okay.
And underscores, you said that it is negative. Actually, it is a positive word. And don't be tricked by the prefix under, like underestimate. Okay. But no, here underscores means emphasizes. Okay. Or stresses or highlights. Okay. Overshadows means surpasses or when something or makes something seem less important, makes
Yes.
something seem less important by surpassing it. Okay,
Okay.
so it's surpassing. Actually here this can give us a little bit يعني, like an inconvenience here in this context. So what do you think the answer can be?
I think C.
Yes, it is. So, reading it again, the fact that publications by the University of Minnesota economist Ellen R. McGrattan, who studies financial policy, are so frequently cited in other scholars' work, underscores or emphasizes or highlights the usefulness of her research for her peers. Okay, since other economists clearly find her studies valuable. So this is what like an emphasis of its usefulness. Okay, or their usefulness. Thank you so much, dear. And please don't forget to take notes regarding the meanings of these words. Okay?
Okay.
Uh, yes, dear. Just a second. We're gonna answer a couple of questions and then we're gonna go for a break to pray because here in Riyadh, the Al-Maghrib has been called for. Let's answer a couple of questions and then we're gonna take a break. Now, have a look at this question. Now it's a different one. يعني the first question was a vocab in context question, and now we're dealing with an overall structure of the text. So we need to review how we deal with each type of questions. The previous one, the vocab, you must have noticed that I relied mainly on the connotation, on the tone of the text. Okay? These two sentences are like statement and restatement. So based on this full statement, I was able to predict what has to be filling here in the gap. Okay. Now here the overall structure, it's a matching game. Okay. Now here I will check the number of parts in each answer choice. So I have here two parts. Two parts. The text notes a general trend and then cites an example of the trend. So I will see, sorry, I have to match the yellow one with the first sentence. Okay, the first sentence. Where is the first sentence? Such a long one. And then the last sentence has to be matched also with the best answer. Actually, the text has only two sentences. So make sure that the first part of each answer choice, okay, you can check each part, the first part of each answer choice to be matching the first sentence, and the last part of each answer choice must match the last sentence of the text. Of course, if you have three sentences, you match the first with the first, the middle with the middle, and the last sentence with the last sentence. After having a look at the question, you can answer. Now I can choose one volunteer. Now we're gonna go for a young gentleman. Okay, Ziad. Hi, Ziad, how are you?
Hi, fine.
Okay, can you please read the first sentence?
Okay. High-speed rail systems in which trains can move at great speeds are expanding in many countries because high-speed rail can reduce the number of automobiles on the road and ultimately conserve energy.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much. Wait, don't mute your mic, please, till you're done with the question. So technically, this first sentence is talking about high-speed rail systems, okay? In which trains, obviously rail systems have to do with trains, in which trains can move at great speeds, mashallah, are expanding in many countries because high-speed rail can reduce the number of automobiles on the road and ultimately conserve energy. So these systems are really beneficial. So try, yeah, Dr. Ziad, to match this sentence with the first part of each answer choice and see which can be the best answer.
Okay.
Yes, the first one, the text notes a general trend. What do you think? We can keep it or
No, just keep it, yeah.
just keep it? Type. The next part, the next one.
Yes, you can summarize an argument. You can...
One tip for you, in order not to waste time, yeah, doctor, we never summarize in the first sentence. You know, when the word summarize means that you wrap up what has been mentioned earlier. Is it clear?
Yeah.
And actually, this is the first sentence, right? So it's not likely to be the right answer. Okay?
Okay.
And this doesn't seem to be what an argument. Okay, let's go for a letter C.
Text questions, a course of action?
Huh?
No, I don't. No.
No question. Letter D.
The text rejects a long-held belief? No, I don't think also. No.
Rejects is such a negative word, right? So
Yeah.
actually here we are, that's, you see, the tone is very useful and very beneficial for us to keep a good track of our answers. فهير this is very positive. Why should I go for a negative, a negative what interpretation of it? That's why letter D is not. We didn't even need to go for the last sentence. So the only option is letter A. You chose A from the beginning.
Actually, didn't choose. I was just trying.
You're trying. Thank you so much. But you have any questions? Was that clear for you?
Yeah, it was clear enough. Thanks a lot.
Yes, dear, anytime. If you want to make sure that the other part matches the last sentence, then cite an example of the trend. Yes, that's an example. In Morocco, for instance, 186 kilometers of high-speed rail lines are in operation as of 2023 and blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you so much, dear. The next question here has a different type. It's the function of the underline sentence. And here, in order to handle such a question, you need to focus mainly and precisely on the underlined sentence. But take care, you might not be able to in all the in the various levels of difficulty regarding especially regarding the hard questions, you might not be able to rely on the underlined part only in order to understand it. That's why you need to skim what is before and what is after. Here actually it's what is before only because it's the last sentence. Okay. In easy questions, I can say that you can rely on the underlined part only. It's gonna be very obvious. But the more challenging questions, okay, that can be, from medium to hard, you need to skim this part before, trying to find the right answer for the underlined part. Okay? But mainly, you need to make sure that your answer must be matching the wording, the tone, the idea of the underlined part because it is asking you specifically about the underlined sentence. I would tell you that skimming this part will not delay you. So let's go for yes يا أحمد شاهين. Yes, dear.
Okay.
Hi, dear.
Hi.
Okay. May you please read it quickly?
Loudly or in my
No,
or
yes. Read for us.
a microgenre is a specialized genre consisting of a comparatively small number of stylistically similar artists. The microgenre of electronic music known as hyperpop emerged in the 2010s, with American musician Laura Lace as an early exponent. Her combination of dense synthesizer arrangements and metallic percussion, with vocals electronically shifted in pitch above her natural range, exemplifies the hyperpop sound. More recently, British recording artist Charlie XCX has contributed to that sound by incorporating pop melodies into it.
So what do you think? We have here, the text was talking about a certain genre, a micro genre, which is a specialized genre related to a certain style. Okay. Group of artists are, following or adopting this genre or this micro genre. This micro genre of electronic music known as hyperpop. So this one, the very micro genre we're talking about is hyperpop. And they said when this micro genre emerged, and some artists who were adopting this style, especially this one, Laura. Her combination of dense synthesizer arrangements and metallic percussion. These are arrangement. Percussion means arrangement of vocals electronically shifted in pitch above her natural range. Her natural range of voice. Okay, now this hyperpop technique, or when you combine certain technological devices with your voice, so it strengthens your voice and so on, and can offer you wider range than your natural voice range. And this exemplifies the hyperpop sound. Now, more recently, so now I'm talking more recently, this is referring to time. British recording artist Charlie, that's another one, has contributed a new contribution to that sound by this is how this Charlie contributed to the sound by incorporating pop melodies into it, by including. So please, if you don't know the meaning of a certain word I'm explaining now, you can take notes because you might see any of these new words tomorrow, inshallah, in the trial, including pop melodies into it. So now I need the function of this underlined part. Yes, check the first choice, please.
It asserts that the hyperpop sound hasn't changed even though new artists have adopted it. It's false, because in the underlined sentence it mentions that Charlie XCX has contributed to that sound by incorporating pop melodies into it.
Yeah.
So it's not A.
Yeah. So letter A, you said it's not the right answer.
Yes.
Yes, bravo. It asserts that hyperpop and sound hasn't changed. No, more recently he added something. Let's go for B.
It criticizes a later hyperpop artist. It didn't mention anything about criticizing someone, so it's false.
Criticism is such a negative. Please try to consider the tones, because the tones, or negative, positive, or I mean the connotation, will benefit you a lot. And here, yeah, doctor, 2 is too extreme. Okay, also. Let's go for C.
It praises a particular hyperpop artist for consistently evolving through the years. It didn't mention anything about a journey for someone that's trying to improve himself.
Yeah, praises, okay, positive, a particular hyperpop artist for consistently evolving through the years. Praises a hyperpop artist. So maybe Charlie, but for consistently evolving through the years, it says more recently only. So it's not throughout the years, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So it identifies an artist who has contributed a new stylistic element to the hyperpop sound.
Yes, that's it. It identifies an artist, yes, Charlie, who has contributed a new stylistic element to the hyperpop sound that's perfectly matching the underlined part. Thank you so much, dear. Uh, we can go for one of the young ladies and then we can go pray in order not to delay the prayer. This one according to the text. When I see according to the text or according to or based on the text, so you come to know that this is a very direct question, direct, because it's what a detailed question, a detailed question. And since I said a detailed question, as we all know, so it's asking you about a certain detail from one sentence. Which sentence based on the what? That's gonna be based on the key elements of the question. Why? I want a reason. Are the images, that's the one that I have to search for in the text, beneath the surface of a painting? Okay, that's two. That's three, I mean. The surface of a painting, okay. Valuable, okay, nice, that's positive. To art historians, that's element number 6. So I will search, I'll keep reading, okay. My answer might not be related to many of the sentences in the text. Only one sentence will answer my question because it's a detailed question. Okay, why are the images beneath the surface of the painting valuable to the art historians? So please make sure that your answer is going to be very positive because the question itself is positive. So let me pick one of the young ladies. Yes, Jana. Go ahead, yeah, Jana.
Yes, Miss. Um, when used to examine paintings, non-visible light such as ultraviolet can penetrate the painting visible surface and give art historians important insight into the artist process. For example, imaging the underlayers of A.G. Saint Catherine of Alexandria revealed that G originally painted her own face on the figure. Imaging can also provide insight into the painter's choice of material, showing, for example, whether the painter used the titanium oxide pigment in a given work.
Wow. So we have here, certain benefits actually. To know why they are why are the images beneath the surface of a painting valuable to art historians, right?
Yeah.
Because here they can penetrate the painting's visible surface and give art historians important insights into an artist's process. But what can be those insights? For example, imaging D showed us, revealed that she originally painted her own face, so it's another painting beneath the image. And here also it shows the choice of the materials. Okay, nice. So let's see what we have in the choices.
Letter A, they can show how long a painting took to complete. There is no duration mentioned.
No duration. Amazing. No duration. Okay, great job. It's a very, very useful thing to know why you're eliminating a certain answer choice. You have to know. Yes, letter B.
They can indicate whether a painting is damaged. There's no negativity.
No negativity. Excellent. Yes.
They can be used to provide which artist painted a given work. There's no such thing mentioned as an artist name.
Yes, they can be used to prove which artist painted a given work. No, the identity of the painter wasn't mentioned, not mentioned. Yes, dear.
Letter D. They can reveal aspects of artist decision making. Yes, because
Yes,
it said insight into the artist process in the text.
yes, Salam. Sites, aspects, sites, an artist's decision making, an artist process. So this sentence has the answer. Thank you so much, dear. Great job.
Yes.
Great job. So we're gonna take 7 minutes, guys, for prayer. Back at 5:35. I'll appreciate your patience, but prayer is important. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is another type of questions. This type starts with which quotation, and you know the other form has which finding or which statement, and usually you're offered the word illustrates or supports if you want, if the question wants you to go with the same direction of the claim, or you can be given weaken or undermine in order to get the opposite of what the claim states. So here we have a certain novel, and we need to read about the claim about this novel, and usually the claim is written at the end. The sentence that has the blank is the claim. That's the claim. That's the claim. You need to match, the best answer must match the wording and the logic of the claim. So the best answer must match the logic and the wording of the claim. The main elements. So the best answer must cover the key elements of the claim. Okay? Must cover the key words of the claim. Okay, so we're gonna welcome one of our volunteers. Let's go with yes, yeah, Doctor. We have here Dr. Abdul Wahab. Go ahead, yeah, Dr. Abdul Wahab.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is a 1100 novel by L. Frank Baum. In the novel, Dorothy lives in Canis with her aunt and uncle, but she later finds herself in land called Oz. The narrator indicates that her aunt and uncle's house in Kansas is remote and solitary, writing that
Okay, like remote means far. Do you know that remote is far? And solitary
yes,
means what?
strict.
Isolated, 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 nothing around it. Is it clear? So this is the claim, dear. Okay, the narrator indicates that her aunt and uncle's house, so this is one, in Kansas, that's two, is remote, that's three, far, and solitary, okay, that's number four, means isolated. Writing that, so I want a quotation that covers this claim and matches the logic and wording of this claim, the keywords of the claim. Let's check letter A. Yes, dear.
In Canis, when Dorothy stood in the doorway and looked around, she could see nothing but the great prairie on every side. Not a tree nor a house broke the broad sweep of flat country.
What
I
do you
think this
think?
is right
Yes, Salam.
because it's
Amazing.
isolated. No, nor a house, nor a tree, nothing.
Amazing. Amazing. This is equal to remote and solitary.
Solitary.
Yes, means isolated. Okay, let's check. Make sure that B, C, D are not the best answers in Kansas.
In, in Kansas, once the house had been painted, but the sun blistered the paint and the rain washed it away, and now the house was dull and grey and as everything.
Yes, it's talking about the appearance of the house, right?
Yes, the appearance.
Not about what, not about its state being far and remote. Okay, so
In
this one.
Oz,
Mhm.
Dorothy fell asleep only once, and then she dreamed she was in Cannes where Aunt Em was telling her how glad she was to have her little girl at home again. It mentioned nothing about the house.
Nothing about the
Mm,
house. Nothing about the house. That's some events, not the house. Yes, dear.
In Oz, Dorothy and her companions walked along, listening to the singing of the parsley-colored birds and looking around at the lovely flowers, which now became so thick that the ground was carpeted with them. Opposites, يعني,
Yeah,
flowers and
also some events. Okay, it's telling you about what was happening. Yes, we have an opposite even. We have some colored birds and flowers and many things. And she has a company, يعني, and her companions. Nothing about the house being far and solitary. Thank you so much, dear. Letter A is the
no
right
problem.
answer. That's right. Um, Here, that's the same exact type of question, which finding, but has to do with the scientific passages. If true, which finding, if true, would most directly support the researcher's conclusion. Usually, the conclusion and the claim, 90% guys, the claim and the conclusion and the hypothesis and whatever is written. Usually, such a requirement is written at the end, okay? The researchers concluded that. That's at the end. But many times, especially if the question is hard, you will not be able to understand this claim or this conclusion unless you go through what has been mentioned at the beginning of the text. You have to skim this part till you find this conclusion. It's when you can understand it more and be able to match it with the best answer. So here, let's go. This is considered to be a little bit complicated for some students. Let's pick someone to help us with. Um, yes, dear. We can pick ملك. Go ahead يا ملك. Can you please read?
Yes, nullitudes are marine mollusks that begin growing their shells before emerging from their eggs and continue to add shell segments throughout their lifetimes. The walls between their shells chambers are called septa, and the concentration of the isotope oxygen 18 they contain exactly reflects the isotope concentration in the water at the depth at which the septa form. Paleontologist Amin Tijike and colleagues examined each of the septa in two nullitude shells, finding that sample F13 had a higher concentration of isotope than sample MO3 did. The researchers concluded that F13 must have formed at a significantly lower temperature than MO3 did.
Okay, so this is the conclusion. They concluded that F13, okay, and F can be referring to female يعني, must have formed at a significantly lower temperature than MO3 did. I believe that some of the students now couldn't understand, يعني couldn't fully understand what you have read. يعني certain tips you guys can be relying on can be related to the fact that you can be taken some, short notes while you're dealing with such a question. Okay, you can take notes in the form of symbols, in the form of, a certain يعني few words, okay, in order not to reread the text. فhere we have these things. Nautiloids are marine creatures that begin growing their shells before emerging from their eggs. Those creatures start growing their shells before emerging from their eggs and continue to add shells, okay, to add shell segments, if this is a shell, okay. So they keep adding the segments, okay, throughout their lifetimes. The walls between their shells, okay, the walls between their shells, shells chambers means this can be a chamber, okay, this can be a chamber, okay, are called the septa. يعني these are called septa, okay, septa, septa 1, septa 2, septa 3, septa 4, okay. And the concentration of the isotope oxygen 18 they contain exactly reflects the isotope's concentration in the water at the depth at which the septa formed. يعني the isotope oxygen 18, okay, its concentration, the concentration of this one reflects the isotope's concentration in equal to the isotope concentration of what? The water, of the water at the depth at which the septa formed. Okay, nice. So the concentration of oxygen 18 is significant for knowing the depth in which it was formed. If the concentration of oxygen 18 is important to know the depth in which it was formed, this septa formed. Okay, so this guy, scientist, paleontologist, A.T. and colleagues examined each of the septa. They examined each one, okay, in two nautilus shells, finding that sample F13, okay, had a higher concentration of isotope, higher isotope than MO, O3, I'm sorry, did. The researchers concluded that F313 ده must have formed at significantly low temperature. ايه ده؟ First time to see the word temperature. يبقى F13 at low formed at lower temperature. احنا عارفين. طب lower temperature جت منين؟ ما this يعني from where shall I know it's lower temperature? From the depth. The deeper, the cooler, right? So here concluded that F13 must have formed at a significantly lower temperature than MO3 did. Why? Because it was deeper. Why? Because it has higher isotope, higher concentration of isotope than MO3. Okay, now I collected all the data that I want and I'm ready to check the answer choices and immediately eliminate the ones that do not match with the information I noted down. Okay? Go ahead, yeah, doctor. Did you mute your mic? I forgot I was talking to Malak, I guess. Malak, you shouldn't mute your mic, yeah, Malak, before you complete answering. Yes, dear.
Yes. A, as the concentration of oxygen 18 in water decreases, water temperature decreases and altitude growth slows. Wrong.
Why? It is wrong.
Because when temperature decreases, the concentration must increase.
Okay, great job. And nothing about, yes, growth slows. And here, the temperature, I mean, as concentration of oxygen decreases, water temperature decreases. No, doesn't, and nautilus shell growth slows. So concentration decreases means we're still up. So the water temperature means يعني it's a little bit warmer, not decreases. So it doesn't match. Letter B.
As water depth increases, both the concentration of oxygen 18 and the water temperature decreases. Also wrong.
No, because when you go down more, the concentration what increases, right?
Increases, yes.
Yes. So here, as you see, the temperature decreases and the concentration of the isotope increases. يبقى I mean, when you go down, more depth, less temperature, more concentration. You can be writing that. Letter C.
C, as water depth increases, the concentration of oxygen 18 increases and water temperature decreases. I think it's the right choice.
Excellent. أهي depth increases, temperature becomes cooler, يبقى temperature, يبقى depth increases, temperature decreases, and we said in oxygen, in الأكسجين isotope oxygen 18 increases because it's related to the depth. So the more the depth, the more the concentration of oxygen. So we're gonna write كده more, or oxygen 18 increases. So letter C is the best answer. Letter D.
As water temperature increases, altitudes are able to concentrate more oxygen 18 into the shell. Wrong.
No, because temperature increases means we're still up. The depth, it's not that deep. Thank you so much, dear. C is the right answer. So in such a questions, guys, when the college board or the examiner gives you pieces of information that can confuse you a little bit, try to write down some notes in order to organize your ideas, okay? طيب, this is an inference question, and we have this question, and we have a couple of يعني like 2 more questions that were left from a certain previous test. We're gonna deal with them now since we're gonna introduce the inference questions. The inference questions, the most important part for answering them, the last 2 sentences. Technically, it's the last sentence, but because the last sentence is incomplete and most of the time is very short and doesn't give us like any insight into the right answer, we rely on the sentence before it as well. يعني the last 2 sentences will be very helpful for you to find the best answer, because you need to complete the same way, the same tone, the same logic, the same wording. Okay? Same tone, same direction, same wording, same logic. Let's go and skim this part. You must skim this part and then scan this part, means focus on it. Okay, focus on the last 2 sentences, please. طيب, let's go for Yusuf. يلا يا يوسف.
Yes.
Yes, please
Chemists,
skim. Yeah.
yes. Chemists M.H. Gamble, P. Royce, and J.D. Silman studied the mass and heat transfer processes that occur when foods such as Indian snacks, malapua, and puri bhaji are oil fried. During frying, water in the crust evaporates, leaving voids that oil, a pure fat, can fill. Scanning
Yes.
ولا
Listen, here we're talking about certain foods, certain Indian foods, and we're saying that especially the fried ones. During frying, water in the crust evaporates. So
yes.
there is like moisture or water in the crust. Okay, the outer layer. The water evaporates, leaving what? Leaving its place.
Voids,
Yes, its place is left for leaving some voids, somewhat
gaps.
gaps or openings or gaps. Okay. طيب,
Yes.
that oil, because we are frying this food, oil can replace the water, right? And fill the gap.
Yes.
Oil replaces the water and
Fills the gap.
fills the holes or gaps. Yes.
As the process continues, water from the food center moves to the crust as long as the crust remains permeable. Therefore, it's likely that, all other things being equal, sections of a food that lose less moisture during the frying. Complete the text.
So less water
طيب.
less
less
water
water loss معناه انه في more water less oil. فما كان
فless
يكون فيه less fat.
yes, less oil to be filling
The gaps.
yes, the gaps.
So there is less fat.
So there is less fat. Yes. Okay,
Read
let's
the
go.
choices. Okay. A will develop a thicker crust during the frying process than sections that lose more moisture. This is contradictory لأنه the thicker crust بيكون لما يكون فيه more oil. So
Yes,
this one supports the opposite.
during the frying process, then sections that lose more moisture. No, that's the opposite, right? As you said, that's the opposite. When more moisture, this is when it will have more oil. But of course, this one will develop this one less moisture, less oil. Yes.
Yes. Letter B will have a lower fat content after frying is completed than sections that lose more moisture. This is the answer, and it's logical. Lower fat اللي هو less oil.
less oil because they didn't lose a lot of water. يعني they lost less moisture here يعني water. Okay.
Yes. C و D مع بعض إنه C says that they lose its permeability و D says higher temperature. These are incorrect عشان في التكست مكتوب all other things being equal. يعني الفاكتورز
Excellent.
زي permeability و temperature دول equal constant.
Yes. They said all other things including temperature بقى والpermeability. Permeability is the ability to يعني allow something to pass through. Okay.
Yes.
ف that's it. all these are the other things. These other things
Are constant.
are, yes, are equal. Yes. No variations. Thank you so much, dear. We're gonna, check like harder questions, inference questions now. Here they were found in the other, yes. Yes, this one. A harder one, a harder inference question, and has a lot of details. But you try, as I told you, to apply the steps. Okay, we're gonna focus on the last two sentences, and we're gonna skim the beginning. Skim the beginning. Okay, يلا يا فاطمة.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, dear. Read, and then we're gonna focus on this section.
Okay. Duckweed is a small freshwater plant that is often exposed to zinc pollution. Sofia Vamos and colleagues collected samples of 4 duckweed ecotypes, genetically and geographically distinct populations within a species, along with water from each ecotype's habitat. Hypothesizing that each ecotype is adapted to its local conditions in ways that bolster its growth and resistance to pollutants, the researchers grew each ecotype in all 4 water samples and with 3 levels of zinc: none, low, high.
Yes, dear. So what did they found? What did they find?
The researchers did not replicate local differences in light or temperature. They found that the ecotypes grew equally well in all 4 water samples and that adding zinc consistently enhanced growth regardless of concentration, suggesting that.
So as you can see, we are talking now about duckweed, which is a plant, a freshwater plant, and it's often exposed to zinc pollution. So zinc pollution is something bad for this plant. So those researchers collected samples of 4 duckweed ecotypes or, a species. They are genetically and geographically distinct populations within a species. Yani they are different. They have different, they differ genetically and geographically, along with water from each ecotype's habitat. And they took water from each ecotype habitat from the place they took the plant from, and they started بقى to examine them, hypothesizing that each ecotype is adapted to its local conditions. يعني here they are all adapted to their local conditions in ways that bolster means support, enhance its growth and resistance to pollutants زي الzinc pollution I mean. The researchers grew each ecotype in all 4 water samples. يعني they brought each species, each ecotype, each type, and planted each type in all the 4 samples and with 3 levels of zinc. None, يعني no zinc, low concentration of zinc, and the high concentration of zinc. طب what, after they did all of these procedures in their experiment, what did they find? Notice they are telling you one extra piece of information. Researchers did not replicate local differences in light or temperature. يعني they didn't interfere with local differences, okay, in light or temperature. They found that the ecotypes grew equally well in all 4 water samples. يعني no differences. يبقى you should write كده no differences. Okay, and grew well in all 4 water samples, and that adding zinc, yes, that pollutant, consistently enhanced growth. Enhanced growth, that's positive. Regardless of concentration. يعني whether there is a low concentration of zinc or high concentration of zinc, the presence of it enhanced growth, positive, يعني strengthened the growth, encouraged motivated growth, regardless of concentration. Suggesting that what? Let's go for the choices. Are you still with me, ya Fatima?
Yes.
Yes. Read letter A, please.
If each ecotype is indeed locally adapted, as the researchers hypothesized, those adaptations are to other environmental conditions than the water each ecotype inhabits.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yes, those adaptations are.
If you're in
I think
doubt, if you are in
repeat it.
doubt, don't cross it out. Okay? يعني if guys, please listen to me. If you read a certain choice, especially the first choice, and you feel you couldn't understand it, يعني you are not sure 100% whether you need to eliminate it or not, keep it. Please keep it. Okay? And go for the other. Yes.
Okay. B, while the ecotypes are genetically and geographically distinct, those differences do not represent adaptations to local environmental conditions. It also makes sense.
Does it make sense? While the ecotypes are genetically and geographically distinct, they are different. Those differences do not represent adaptations to local environmental conditions. Do not represent adaptations. When I talked about adaptations, I'll tell you a clue, ya Fatima. Now, when I mention adaptations, look back at the text. When did I mention adaptations positively or negatively?
No, it was positive because they said in ways that bolster its growth and
Excellent.
reduce. Yes.
So they are genetically and geographically distinct, okay, along with water from each ecotype, hypothesizing that each type is adapted to its local conditions in ways that bolster its growth. Okay, it adapted, and here they grew equally, no matter يعني what differences exist. Okay, so this doesn't give me the logic or the wording of the text. Is it clear?
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's go for C. Huh?
There may not be significant differences in the water that each ecotype inhabits, but there are significant differences in each ecotype's resistance to zinc pollution. No, there are no significant differences because they all adapted to it equally when they
And
put them
the
together.
zinc consistently enhanced growth. يعني that
Exactly.
adding zinc consistently enhanced growth regardless of
As well.
concentration. يعني no differences. Opposite
Yes.
to the text. Yes, letter D.
Although the researchers' hypothesis does not appear to support to be supported. This may be because the levels of zinc exposure the plants in the environment receives did not match their exposure in their natural environment. No, because they said they already exposed them to all levels of zinc, so this does not make sense.
This has nothing to do with the completion of the text, because the negative tone here actually doesn't match the wording and the logic here, and the exposure doesn't affect anything here, right?
Yes.
So the one that you weren't sure about turns to be the right answer, because you are 100% sure that B, C, and D are definitely incorrect. Usually يعني a note to self, write it for yourself, please, that especially in harder questions, the right answers can be a little bit indirect or feel like confusing. You might not be able to fully understand it, okay? But the wrong answers are so obviously clear. Please apply the process of elimination, to be left with the right unclear answer. يعني sometimes the right answer seems to be unclear, okay? Seems to be a little bit tricky for you. But يعني try to match. طيب, if now as your friend Fatma was يعني had a bit of confusion regarding letter B, try to see the words here in the I mean the choice that she was confused about. Go and check the same wordings, the same words in the text. Were they mentioned positively or negatively? What kind of adjectives were written next to them? And you will find the clues, okay? Thank you so much, dear.
Okay.
Now let's go for this one. It's another hard inference question. You know, يعني a little bit يعني complicated, a little bit. Yes. Malik, go ahead يا مالك.
Hello, Miss.
Hi, dear.
As in Venice, white-necked Jacobin.
I can help you read quickly, and you can handle answering the question if you don't
Okay.
mind. As juveniles, and juveniles are the young ones, okay? Juveniles, young in
Yes.
age. All white-necked Jacobin hummingbirds, so we're talking about birds, display vibrantly blue head plumage like feather, blue head plumage. When they enter adulthood, males retain these blue feathers and most females molt to a drab green hue. Hue means color. Okay, so here, let me say plumage here, feather, in order for you to write if you don't know. And hue means color. طيب, okay, so here we have the males blue, خلاص, and the females when they become adults they molt to drab green color. طيب, then however 28% of adult female birds remain identical in coloration to juveniles and adult males. يعني ايه remains identical to them؟ يعني remains what?
identical.
28% of females remain remains what? Blue, like
Yes.
males. like to juveniles and adult males. Adult males هم blue adult.
Yes.
طيب, based on field observations in Panama, a team of researchers reports that while adult males show a clear preference in mate selection for adult females with drab green feathers, they also engage in more antagonistic behavior toward those adult females than toward blue-feathered adult females when competing for resources. What does this mean? What does this mean? Because this is the most important part. This is يعني the last two sentences. Let's see here. I have to concentrate a lot. Based on the field observations in Panama, a team of researchers reports that while adult males show a clear preferences in mate selection for adult females with drab green. Okay, I will write that. فهير for mating, when they want to mate, they prefer what? The green females, right? Malik, are you still with me? Malik switched off his wait. Malik, can you please keep your mic unmuted, please?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but one of my family come.
Okay, طيب. Green feathers, okay, they prefer the green females. They also engage in more antagonistic behavior. Antagonistic means aggressive.
Okay.
Aggressive behavior toward those adult females than toward blue feathers. يبقى هم المales less aggressive with whom with
Uh,
the blue females.
with the blue, yes. Cool.
Okay, when competing for resources يعني when they compete for food resources and so on.
Yes,
Therefore, the team hypothesizes what? Now, they prefer, when mating, the males prefer the green females, but they are so aggressive with them. When it comes to the resources, and they are less aggressive with the blue females. Okay, طيب, let's see. Therefore, the team hypothesizes that the percentage, you tell me I keep this choice or not. The percentage of blue feathered females will increase. البلو
Yes.
will increase until fewer than half of adult female Jacobins are green feathered.
Uh, I think it is no.
Bravo. It is not. But do you know why?
Yes, because here we talk about we didn't compare the blue with the green.
Okay. The percentage of blue feathered females will increase until fewer than half of adult female Jacobins are green feathered. This has nothing to do, يعني comparing the numbers has nothing to do
Yes, there is
with,
no compare.
yes, يعني I mean the the number of blue feathered females will increase until fewer than half. This kind of numbering or this kind of increase is not related to the fact, their behavior, the adults, the male's behavior, or, that's why letter A isn't related to the wording and the logic of the last two sentences or the last sentence. Letter B, the occurrence of the blue head plumage in adult female birds is driven by one or more factors not associated with mate attraction. يعني the occurrence of blue head, يعني the fact that the females have blue head plumage in adult females يعني is driven by one or more factors, let it be competing for resources, not associated with mate attraction. Not associated with mate attraction, because the males are attracted to the green females, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
the color blue is more related to the fact that the males treat the blue
Yes.
females less aggressively when it comes to resources, right?
I
So what
don't
do you
think
think
so.
of B?
I don't يعني أنا حاسس إنها مش
That is not the right answer. طيب
yes.
يعني you want to erase this, eliminate this one. طيب try letter C. Yes.
Coloration prevent green feathered adult female Jacobins from
Distinguishing
distinguishing between adult female and blue feathered
adult females. The coloration prevents green feathered adult female birds from distinguishing from differentiating تفرق between adult males and blue feathered adult females.
No.
No, we're not talking about about the coloration preventing anything. يعني
Yes.
okay. The green coloration refers to the fact that the female is adult and can be mated, where it doesn't prevent anything from distinguishing between adult males and the blue feathered adult females at all. Letter D.
Adult male Jacobins don't act and
antagonistically يعني aggressively.
Yes, aggressively toward juvenile Jacobins with blue head plumage when
competing
for resources. So it is
it can be
adult
male
no.
Jacobins do not act antagonistically
Yes,
toward
he was
juvenile Jacobins.
female.
Sorry?
يعني هو antagonistic behavior towards those adult females.
Adult females, right? But
Yes,
not
not males.
Not juvenile Jacobins in general.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So this D is what?
Is not correct.
Not correct. خلي بالكم. Toward juvenile Jacobins, no. Towards the adult blue females. Adult يعني they are grown-ups. Juvenile are young. Juvenile here young. We are not talking about young. The answer turns to be what?
I think in here B.
B. Okay, you see, you said that you want to eliminate it. No problem. If you but please, if you suspect an answer, don't eliminate it. يعني keep it till you check the others.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks, Miss.
Anytime, dear. Now let's return back to the writing part. The writing part. Okay. Here, the writing part in today's test has to do, the first one is related to the punctuation. And يعني be careful when dealing with punctuation questions because they are easy, but you need to make sure that you know the rule. The rule of each answer, the rule of each each question. So let's go for Tulin. Yes, Tulin.
Yes,
طبعا
miss.
this question type is called one sentence question. One sentence question. So you have to read from here.
Okay. For example, data from the U.S. Geological Survey show the blank and most recent deformation less than 130,000 years ago of the Cowich Range Fault in NYE County, Nevada.
Yes.
Miss, it's A.
Okay. You said it's A.
Yeah.
Great job. That's the right answer. Why? We have here a list, right?
Yeah.
We have a list. And you don't have to separate the length from the length itself because it's already
Yeah, because they're together.
They are together and the length is already يعني set off by brackets. You don't have to even يعني بصي look here deformation most أهي the last item in the list and the most recent deformation less than 130,000 years ago يعني even the information related to this deformation is not separated by a comma here.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to separate this information from the bracketed information by any comments. So this one is, of course, wrong, and nothing at all is wrong because this is one item, this is the second item, and this is the third item. Thank you so much, dear. The rule here is a list. It's a list. And you have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's go for this one. Yes, Habiba. Go ahead, Habiba.
Hi, Miss.
Hi,
How are
dear.
you?
Fine, dear. We're gonna read from this one. However,
Yes, okay. However, the similarity of the blank experiences the predicaments of both country. This one, I think it's a non-essential word, so it's not really important to read it. Suggests that underlying the satire is a social critique.
yes, dear. So what do you think?
Okay, so I think it's A maybe. No, C.
طيب, I'll tell you something. Okay? Here, however, the similarity of the experiences. طيب, here I have novels, plural, novels, plural, novels, singular, novels, singular. فإن order to know whether I'll go for plural or singular, okay?
You have to read the part before.
I have to read the part before, especially that it is what connected with however. فهير, this is a novel, and this is another novel.
Oh, I
Okay?
thought they were.
So Jane Austen's Northanger Abbey, okay, is considered a satire of another novel. popular of at that time. فين ال other novel أهي. Anne Radcliffe's The Mysteries of Adolfo. Okay. And here, so we have now 2 novels. So I will eliminate what, honey?
C
Letter
and
C and D. Bravo. Bravo.
it's
Now,
B.
يا سلام. يا سلام.
Yeah.
So here, the answer. Now, I'll put what the similarity of the novels, protagonists, experiences. The SAT examiners always do this. They use certain words that can work as nouns and as verbs. Experiences can be a noun and experiences can be a verb. But I know that this is plural. Experiences must be a noun, not a verb, because if it's gonna be a verb, it's gonna be what singular هنا experiences.
Yeah.
This is a noun. And here, okay, the similarity suggests the similarity of the novel's protagonists' experiences. So, protagonists of the novel, experiences of the protagonists. So I need 2 what? 2 apostrophes.
Apostrophe.
The protagonists of the novels and the experiences of the protagonists. I cannot say protagonists, experiences. This is what unacceptable. You must put an apostrophe to refer to the ownership. Okay? Like here, I cannot say the boys' books. No, 2 plural nouns like that after each other. No, there must be an apostrophe. Okay? Thank you so much, dear.
Thank you.
Let's go for one gentleman. Yes, يا أدهم. Go ahead, يا أدهم.
Yes, teacher.
Have a look at the choices. Tell me, are there certain choices that will be eliminated on the spot?
A.
Sure. We have here the period and the semicolon.
Oh yeah, they have the same function.
Yeah, they have the same function, so they are cancelled, except if you have a complex list. If you have a complex list, like a list
Keep them.
using semicolons, it's another case. إنما هنا cancelled because they are doing the same function. Now we're left with these, no punctuation. يعني I have a comma and here and without a comma. So let's read from this part. Yes, with.
With almost 2 millennia of climate data in its tree bank, a single tree like this claims the chronologist Valerie Trout can tell the history of the world.
Yes. So I started this part with what? This what? With almost 2 millennia of climate data in its tree rings.
Yeah.
This part is called what?
Subordinate?
It's a prepositional phrase, okay? يعني it's not complete. يعني this part is not complete, right? Because it doesn't have a subject and a verb and a complete thought, right?
Yeah.
It starts with a preposition, so it's a preposition. So this part is called prepositional phrase. As long as I said it's a phrase, يعني it's incomplete. Incomplete, comma, complete. incomplete, the part that is incomplete, put a comma separated before the complete part. Okay, a single tree like this, a single tree, that's the subject, claims dendrochronologist Valery Trout, can tell, that's the subject, and that's the verb. The single tree can tell the history of the world. Is it clear? I don't care about the non-essential part here. So
Yeah.
that's a phrase, comma, independent clause. يعني this is related to this rule. Incomplete phrase, comma, independent complete clause. Okay? So the answer is B. Thank you so much, dear. Let's go for the transition questions. يلا يا نور.
Hi teacher.
Hi Noor. Do you know the relationship that each يعني choice reflects?
I think A is a positive. It adds something.
Addition.
Yes.
It's not يعني positive or يعني it can be positive, it can be negative. يعني the two sentences, because the transitions, guys, link two sentences. If the first sentence is negative, so I will add to it also negative thought, another negative
Yeah.
thought. If it is positive, I will add another positive thought. Regardless,
It's like by contrast, right?
yeah. Okay. This is concession, or we can say contradiction. And here, contrast, and also contradiction. So what you're gonna do now? You will
I'm
eliminate.
gonna remove regardless and by contrast, because the sentence doesn't contradict each other. Both the sentences don't contradict each other.
Because, yeah, as a first step, I still didn't read the sentences, but as a first step, I feel like they can be referring to the same general relationship. يعني they like more like copycats. طيب, here accordingly reflects which relationship?
Do I read this? Do I read the paragraph?
Cause and effect, honey.
Oh, صح.
Cause and effect. Okay, now we will read the sentences. Okay, this sentence and the sentence before it, and see the relationship between them. Let me change the color here. The relationship between them, is it like adding a new idea with the same tone, or this is gonna be cause and this is gonna be effect? Yes. Architect, can you please read?
Architect Victor Gruen, the designer of Indiana's Woodmar Plaza shopping mall, conceived of the mall as an indoor version of the European town square, a communal space that encouraged visitors to stroll and linger. Blank, he designed Woodmar Plaza with long pedestrian-friendly promenades and ample seating areas clustered around mountains and greenery.
Yes, the guy wanted to, يعني he had conceived, like he had a plan or an idea of the mall that that has indoor version of the European town square, like a communal space that encouraged visitors to stroll, means to walk leisurely, and linger means to stay in it. يعني walk and stay, walk and sit. Okay? He designed with long pedestrian friendly promenades, means يعني it's gonna like areas for people to walk. Pedestrian means the people who walk, okay, and ample seating for them to linger, to stay. So this has to do with walking and this has to do with staying, lingering. So what do you think?
I think it's C.
Yes, because actually, in addition, we'll add a new idea where here it's not a new idea. We're still talking about the mall with places for people to walk and places for them to sit. So, cause he had the idea, so this is a cause and this is the effect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's go for someone else. We have several people raising their hands. Go ahead, يا دكتور. Shannon. Hi, dear. Can you?
Yes.
Hi, dear. Yes. Can you tell me, dear, the relationship that each answer, or if you don't know a certain answer, we can put a question mark.
Instead هتبقى contrast.
Okay.
In response بتبقى زي cause and effect.
Yes. Okay. Cause and effect.
هو indeed يعني أنا مش متأكد بس يعني تبقى زي affirmation اللي هو بتأكدي معلومة.
Indeed, yes. Emphasis.
emphasis
And in addition,
يعني addition أكيد addition.
yes, dear. Yalla, let's see the relationship between this sentence and the other one is which relationship from the offered ones?
In his meta-analysis of recent studies of animal information cascades, Joseph S. McCormick presents several examples of adaptive cascades, i.e. information transfers that benefit a collective, including one that involves humpback whales. However, not all cascades are beneficial.
Okay.
هنا في الأول تبقى negative.
Yes. Not all cascades are beneficial. Not all the information transfer can benefit, the others that receive the information. Yes.
فاللي بعديها his meta-analysis cites one study that describes how black-throated blue warbles followed flock mates' choices of habitat even when that habitat lacked adequate vegetative cover. يا رب.
Yes. يعني they followed them even if the habitat they chose has negative conditions, has undesirable conditions, also negative.
فعلا يعني الاتنين negative فهتبقى emphasis.
Yes. So we have here instead no contrast. Okay. And here in addition, that's an example actually. An example. That's an example. يعني not all cascades are beneficial. I'm proving this. I'm supporting this with an example, right? It's not cause and effect. It's an emphasis. I'm emphasizing, I'm proving that not all cascades are beneficial by giving this fact. Okay? Thank you so much, dear. Let's go for someone else. يلا يا سلمى. Go ahead يا سلمى. Hi Salma. Can you hear me, Salma?
Yes, you can hear me?
Yes, dear. Okay. Can you remember with me? يلا. Letter A, in reality, which relationship does it reflect?
Cause and effect.
No, ya Salma. Look here. In reality can convey emphasis like in fact and indeed, or concession in some cases. Some cases it can refer to concession, and other cases can be equal to in fact. Okay, وهنا concession is like of course or however. طيب first of all, first
sequence of events.
برافو. Similarly,
comparison.
Nevertheless,
Concession.
concession. Yes. فهير I will يعني actually not consider the concession here because I have a concession here. Okay? فيعني this is gonna be emphasis or sequence or similarly because if I'm gonna go for concession, there is concession here. Okay?
Okay.
You got it? طيب,
Yes.
let's go for the text. Read, please.
Analysis of Rembrandt's 17th century painting The Night Watch, citing its richly saturated colors and stark contrasts between light and shadow, often characterized the work as an exemplar of the Baroque era style.
Yes, يعني الباروك era style, this has to do with يعني a style related to painting in which the paintings belonging to this era has a certain style of يعني sharp colors و sharp contrasts between light and shadow. Is it clear?
Yes.
These are characteristics of the Baroque era style. طيب, many historians, however is already written here between this sentence and this sentence. يعني this is a contradiction already between this one and this one. Many art historians, however,
challenge the very notion of a distinct Baroque era.
Yes, they are against the fact that Baroque is distinct. يعني they don't think that Baroque is different or unique. They challenge, they don't accept that. They claim,
They claim that the so-called Baroque aesthetic was just an extension of the stylings of the
Renaissance era. يعني they are saying no, it's Baroque era is not a distinct, is not different or unique. It's just actually it's just an extension of the stylings of Renaissance era. So is there a sequence?
No.
Is there a similarity, comparison?
No.
Is there a concession?
No.
No, because here I'm saying it's not, they challenge the distinct nature or notion of Baroque era. يعني they don't say, they say the Baroque era isn't distinct, is not unique. وهنا the same thing, it's telling you that it's not unique because it's an extension of the stylings of a Renaissance era. فno contradiction. فهير in reality, we're left with in reality, like in fact, just an extension of the stylings of Renaissance era. Is it clear?
Yes.
Thank you so much, dear. And here we're gonna go for this question type, which has to do with the rhetorical sentences. Most of the time, the rhetorical sentences are easy, but sometimes they are complicated and you need to read the notes. With easy questions, we don't need to look at the notes at all. يعني I believe that this one is an easy one, or at least medium. They want to compare the length of two rivers. Okay, they compare the lengths of two rivers. Of course, you will find what, يعني it's an easy one. Let's go for someone quickly. Yes, يا مريم.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, dear. What do you think the answer is?
It's actually D, I think, because he's saying that he's comparing both rivers,
Excellent.
and the
This,
others are like comparing either one or just not talking about the distance, the length, I mean.
yes, thank you so much. That's perfect. No length here. No length here. وهنا one. وهنا no, it's I'm talking about the one only.
Yeah,
That's the right answer. Thank you so much, dear.
you're welcome.
And the last question here in this sheet. يلا يا Lynn. Go ahead, يا Lynn. Tell me, Lynn, the student wants to
explain whom the award is named for and identify one recipient of it.
identify one recipient of it. يعني you want to tell me whom the award is named for, it's named for what, for whom, and identify one recipient.
Yeah.
So read letter A.
Okay. The A.M. Turing Award is given for major contributions of lasting importance to computing. Here it doesn't mention who it's named for, and not also a recipient of it. So
Excellent.
nothing.
Letter B.
The A.M. Turing Award, which is named for British mathematician Alan Turing, was given to Judy Pearl in 2011. Yes, here it mentions the one who received it, and it's named for whom.
Excellent. And here, definitely, letter C, because someone might
Yeah,
be
only
confused.
in letter C, it says in 2011, Judy Pearl won the A.M. Turing Award, which is given for major contributions of lasting importance to computing. It only mentions the recipient, but not mentioning who it's named for.
Yeah, this part is missing. Letter
Yes.
D.
It was in 2011 that Judy Pearl won the A.M. Turing Award. It's the same thing as C.
Yes, dear. So, letter B is the best answer. Okay, great job. Remember that you need to keep your positive attitude towards tomorrow's trial. Whether you're going for the trial, you're gonna do the trial tomorrow, inshallah, or not, you have to keep a very positive, يعني, a very positive attitude and optimistic attitude towards SAT, especially the English section, because I know, guys, most of you are mastering the math section, mashallah, but the more challenging part is the English one. The English one needs only you to be calm and to read, calmly and take notes. Take notes for hard questions, and believe that you will never see any new type of questions in the test. You must have been trained well in the courses you're taking. You must have seen all the types. You must have, answered all the levels of difficulty, the questions that have different levels of difficulty. Just start with the easy ones. And during the courses, you must have answered, several tests. And based on your results and your performance in the course, you can infer, or you can see very well the types of questions you have, a problem with. Avoid answering these questions at the beginning of the test. يعني start with the easy questions. If the writing questions are easier for you, then definitely you can start with the writing questions. And then for the reading part, you feel like you're more comfortable answering the main idea questions, the graph questions, the detailed questions first. Okay, no problem. You start with them and then answer the other more time-consuming ones at the end, because they are challenging for you. There is a possibility that you might not be able to get the right answer for them. Okay, don't try them first at all. فprioritize the questions that you can handle and master well at the beginning of at the beginning of the test. This will give you a sort of comfort. You will be relaxed a little bit. The more you answer, the better you will be the better mood you will be in, and you will feel more relaxed dealing with the new questions. Guys, remember that we have different versions of the test. No one ever on earth can tell you that this is gonna be your test, or these questions will be there tomorrow in the trial. No one can ever tell you that. Okay? And even if you are answering real questions, yes, some real questions might be recycled in some versions, but other versions, especially one, there will always be one version that has very new questions you haven't seen before. Very new questions, very new texts, but not new types of questions. As long as you learned how to deal with these types of questions, you have no problem. Don't panic. Don't say, oh my God, like I haven't seen these questions before. Okay, but you've learned the strategies by which you can deal with them. So don't panic, please, because if you're stressed, if you panic, this will affect your performance negatively, even if you are a hardworking student. Please have a strong faith in Allah first, and in your abilities and potentials and capabilities and your information, and inshallah you will be guided towards the right answers. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for attending the session today. I wish you the best of luck tomorrow. Inshallah, it's gonna be one of the easiest trials. Please text me when you come back from your after you do your test. And inshallah, I believe that I'm gonna receive very, very positive feedback after tomorrow's after you finish your trial tomorrow, inshallah. Thank you so much, dear students. See you later, inshallah, in the coming course. After بقى a few طبعا we are gonna offer the students grades 11 and 12 like a condensed course to review all the basics in 14 days before the beginning of March course. If you are interested, if you feel like you're lost, you took basics but they weren't so strong, so you can have a chance to text Miss Fadwa today or tomorrow after the trial in order to start with us our intensive basic course in 14 days before the advanced course of March trial. Thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck. Bye.